talk, or I would like to little bit discuss with you, is upon the impact onto the of this COVID-19 pandemic onto the mobility services. So now I will just share my presentation. Yeah. Is it visible?
Yes, sir. It is visible.
Okay, okay. Yeah. So as you see the name, this safeguarding mobility from COVID-19 impact. So why we have chosen this? Because this topic is very important from us, because our organization has we have been working on automotive solutions mainly. So just we wanted to understand that although it is affecting each and every sector and human beings, but what precautions or what kind of solutions we should take in our automobile sector. So I will just start with a little introduction of about KPIT. So we at KPIT Technologies, we have around 6,600 automobile believers. Basically, we call them automobile believers. They are our employees and it's our family. And as per now, we are working as a software integrator for automobile sectors. So all the major automobile OEM, basically the original equipment manufacturers are our customer in India and across mostly across the world. We have our divisions in Germany, in the United States, in China, etc., and Japan. And why we this KPIT Sparkle we do, because our management, our chairman, Mr. Ravi Pandit, has got a very focused approach about using innovation and keep doing the innovation. So that's why our one division, we always focus on to the innovation solution, and within the company and for outside, we are having this KPIT Sparkle as our event. So by now we have actually 125 innovation awards, and we have around 49 global patents. And effectively, always the around 4% of our revenue is spent on our R&D activities. Basically, R&D means research inside and then whatever innovation we want to support. Now, talking a little bit about KPIT Sparkle, this program or this big competition is again part of our focus onto innovation. And in 2015, our chairman, Mr. Ravi Pandit and Dr. Mashelkar, they started, and then with the College of Engineering Pune, Dr. Sash Budde, they started this program called KPIT Sparkle. And the motto behind starting this program was to at grassroots level, if we can put the innovation, we can support innovation or take innovation to grassroots level. That was our focus. So now from this in 2020, we completed 6 events. And now in 2021, the KPIT Sparkle, we will be hosting the 7th event. So now, by now, if you see the numbers on the right hand side, 2015 we started with 250 ideas. Now in 2020 we reached to 3,000 plus ideas, and across India we have almost 1 lakh plus students connected. And if you can see on the map, the ideas coming from all the major states of the country. And last this event in 2020, we have around 25 states participating, and we have our strong entry into our northeastern region as well as in Jammu and Kashmir. So if you see from Jammu and Kashmir to Tamil Nadu and Gujarat till Arunachal Pradesh, we are having participation from each and every portion. However, in Maharashtra has been always means participating, so in a big number. So that is a good point. So in our KPIT Sparkle, what we do, we always put the theme around automobiles and energy, which are our domain areas, what we want to do. And we invite innovative ideas into this. So this year, what we have done, due to this pandemic, we all thought that there will always be impact on our this automotive sector from this kind of pandemic, which is COVID-19. So why not we should include this special area that any kind of solutions like we have our solutions for human beings inside home while going out, sanitization and wearing mask and keeping the distance and all. But how these some of the safety can be taken inside the vehicles, like any kind of mobility. So that's why we thought of starting this problem statements in terms of COVID impact onto the mobility. And with that, we requested Maharashtra Review, and I am very thankful to the association for providing this opportunity for a webinar on this particular topic. So just glossary with our KPIT Sparkle, we have association with Department of Science and Technology Delhi, then AICTE, Atal Innovation Mission, ONGC Energy Center, and we have a good number of incubation partners. In the form, we don't want that people, students, when they participate, they only make the ideas, get the prize, and journey is not over. We want them to come across and become the successful entrepreneurs. So for that purpose, we have partnered with all these government and non-government organizations like incubation partners as well as the departments of government, so that we can provide the best opportunities to the best ideas for taking them to the next level and making our Bharat Atmanirbhar, as well as we should giving a strong support to our Startup India movement. So with the incubation partners we have with like IIM Ahmedabad, CII, then Science and Technology Park Pune, then we have iCreate, Forge, Coimbatore. So this way we have a lot of partners across. So now just starting with the topic, impact, today's topic. So I've just put some statistics, but you are all aware what is happening now. Total cases of this coronavirus in the world have crossed around 75 lakhs. And in our own India, the cases have risen to 2.97. Probably today it was 2.98 lakh cases. So it is a huge impact onto the humanity in all kind of functioning, like the working inside office, working outside office, doing day-to-day activities within home, and different the people who are giving support to us in terms of some kind of market management and all. So everybody is being impacted. And as per now, the medical experts across globe are continuously working day and night for the vaccine development. But our vaccine is yet to come. So in this time, so we see that the cases of COVID are still rising. And what is the best we can do when vaccine is not available, and to safeguard ourselves? Prevention is the only method, by strictly adhering the prevention methods as per the medical science experts and the government. So now, safety required in all our day-to-day activities. As you all know, continuously advisories are coming from the government, from the police, and from the medical experts. So we have to safeguard ourselves and others from day-to-day activities. An important portion of this also goes to the mobility, because now we are using the mobility either in terms of shared mobility like buses, trains, metros, or our personal cars and two-wheelers, and even the bigger ones, the aircrafts and ships. So everywhere the life or the traveling will not be same as we are we were using it before this COVID-19. So there are different kind of parameters or some kind of protocols which we need to follow for that. So now, this is a very important time. Sometimes it is a crisis brings the opportunities also. So it is also, we feel that it's an opportunity for students and our faculty members as mentors to the students to identify and give some innovative solutions and find some innovative ideas to tackle this pandemic, so that in the mobility, while we are using our vehicles and mobility, we should not get affected by this, or we should remain safe from this virus. So now, a little bit about this particular virus. As you know that bacteria is between plant and animals. It's a living being, as well as the virus is actually bridge. It is between living and non-living things. Why we call it like this? The viruses are showing the symptom of living things because they reproduce. They become 1 to 2, 2 to 4. And but why they are called non-living things? Because they don't respire. There is no respiration in virus. So what we call the living things, each and every living being respires. So here, this virus is not respiring, but it can impact others by reproducing, by eating protein from, if it is there onto some kind of living being. So in this particular coronavirus, why we are trying to understand it, because we need to, if we need to find the solution, so we need to little bit understand also this. So this coronavirus, COVID-19, is having two major areas. One is the RNA genome, which is called ribose nucleic acid, which is there inside, if you can see, in the form of this spring, a solenoid kind of thing. And then the second major area is this red wall, which is the lipid profile. So sorry, lipid layer. So this lipid layer is mostly made of protein and fatty acids, and this RNA is like DNA, RNA. The two kind of things are there. So this virus contains the RNA inside. So normally this RNA, DNA are there in all the living being cells inside. So that you must be knowing about that. We identify somebody's identity by RNA DNA test also, because this is a type of special protein inside. So these are the two major components I just used, and this virus survive on different kind of surfaces and different environment for different time period. So like on a cardboard, it will be different life. On a plastic, it will be different lifetime. On copper, it will be different few hours only. In plastic, it may remain till 4 days, 5 days. So these are the studies which have the experts have done, and they have brought in for the public. So now, let's type of mobility. We think what we can classify is that normal our private cars, two-wheelers, three-wheelers, then shared mobility, which is the buses and metro, trams and trains. Then this commercial vehicles like trucks and the trailers, aircrafts and the ships. So these are the typical modes of mobility which people use. However, we will focus on to more to automobiles because that is the area we are into. But students can think of solution in any area. That's not a problem for us. So now, it is just a thought map of what kind of in engineering, we all, you must be aware, we do failure mode effect analysis. So there in this we try to identify the different failure modes or the possibility of virus getting us infected or inside the car or outside the car. So this example gives when the start from the period when the passenger or the driver, he is trying to going toward the car. So possibility is that he is carrying the COVID with him, and when he enters the car, there is also a possibility the COVID virus can get attached to him. So this is one of the mode. Then second mode is when the driver is sitting and other passengers are sitting, there is possibility of passing the virus from this side to that side and this side to that side. Then also within the vehicle, the different surfaces touching places, they can also transmit the virus. And after a person is leaving the car, again the possibility is there that he is taking virus from the car or he is leaving virus at some surface. Especially nowadays, that's why the precaution is also that from the road or the ground also the possibility of hello. Hello. Yeah. So this way the transmission of virus is possible. So I've taken the car example because just to make, because things will remain same for all kind of things. A little bit failure mode may change for the shared mobility like buses and trains. Now, what we see we want solution that surety that person entering and the interfaces of cars are sanitized. Sanitized word means here is we are able to eliminate virus while entering the car from the person or from the car itself. Then second important thing is ensure isolation or inside the vehicle between passengers of the car. Isolation means here the distance maintenance so that the intermediate transfer is not there. Then allow all possible interfaces are sanitized. We need to ensure that where our hand or the body parts are touching or things which can transmit the virus, they are all sanitized, means they become virus free. Then ensure person when he leaves, the interfaces are again sanitized, and a person after leaving he is also not carrying any symptoms of virus. So this is basically a very ideal case. But when we try to, or the student try to find the solution, these are the modes which can give the trigger that what are the areas which we can do virus free and how to make those areas virus free. And also this one more opportunity comes when we park the car somewhere. In the parking also some kind of method is there so that we are able to safeguard the vehicle. Then this is a little bit elaboration onto the what in the earlier slide we spoke. So now here when we see the different areas, if you see when you enter the car, very first thing is we touch the door handle areas and with the hands. So there is a work possibility there. Then person's footwear. This is a very, very important thing, and people are working on that. When we are walking, we can carry through our shoes. So while entering to remove shoes, and by going out again remove shoes, it is next to impossible, practically very difficult for the car. So some kind of mechanism where person's footwear are sanitized while entering the car and while leaving the car. Then third thing is the most important portion is the gear changing lever handle. So there our hand is continuously there, either it is automatic or semi-automatic or the manual transmission. Always our hand is there. So we need safety there. Then steering and horn switches, different kind of switches when we start lights and wipers, and then we use our air conditioner, we use our different kind of switches, horn and seat belt. So these are the major areas which are coming in our the contact of human being and the car. So both ways things are there. Virus can transfer from surface to the person or person to the surface. So inner and outer surfaces of the car. Now people in this area, people have developed some kind of safety or sanitization so that the outer surface is sanitized. And same way we need to look for inner also. Then other thing is how we have to ensure that the people inside the car, they are mandatorily using the face mask. Then children's seat, in some countries and all, we have a different seat for the children where you cannot drive without their seat. So that is also one of the key area. And window latches, and most important is the air conditioning system of the car. So air conditioning system can again transmit from means the virus from the droplets of the mouth. It can go inside the system and come back. So we need to have some kind of safety system onto the air conditioning of the car also. So now I just want to inputs for proposing the solution from our side is people are working on many different areas, and these are some areas are research and some areas need some kind of innovation. So this slide actually speaks about the possible solutions of this problem. So like can we have self-sanitizing material coating or kind of coating for frequently touched surfaces? This is one of the area. Yes, these kind of things are available like super hydrophobic material where the water droplet cannot remain. The contact angle here becomes around 150 degree of the, because the people in science, you must be aware the surface tension property, it makes this droplet not to stick at any surface at any cost. So this is done in the nanotechnology area. And then photocatalysis. Photocatalysis is basically a titanium dioxide coating onto the surface. When it reacts with the light, it triggers the negative ions, and which immediately covers that virus or any kind of particle inside the air, and they kill it on the spot. Then nanomaterial coating using oxidation and contact. So one of the company, they have they call it Nanoseptic. They have developed, or they are claiming that they have developed a surface or possible where it is coated with nanomaterial, and as we touch that surface, automatically the oxidation starts. So oxidation is a very important area. to kill this virus, like you know in the sodium hypochlorite or your this bleaching powder, as well as this your alcohol. They are all basically they are killing the virus by using the ions or the nascent oxygen. The sodium hypochlorite, the nascent oxygen molecule is created, and it immediately kills the virus by absorbing it. The nascent oxygen reacts very fast. Same way the ozone works. The one oxygen nascent atom is withdrawn and converts into oxygen plus ion. But ozone is very dangerous and difficult to use for the human being directly. So that's why they are not using. Then these are the areas what we have given we can use to tackle this situation. Then most important is the ultraviolet radiation also. So people again are working onto this area. This is the area we don't need to touch something, or basically we need to apply something onto our surfaces. This light, the ultraviolet light, as you are aware of that this electromagnetic radiation, they are having different frequencies, and at different frequencies they work at a different work. Like you know from the quantum mechanics area, this E equal to the energy of an electron or the particle is around photon is h nu. The energy of the photon is h nu. H means Planck's constant and nu is the frequency. So different frequencies, the radiations are there. If you start from cosmic rays and then gamma rays and X-rays, they are around of the order of 1 nanometer of the this wavelength. But here this ultraviolet light, it is around 400 nanometers. So it is very having strong energy, because the low wavelength means give the higher frequency. So now the high frequency and energy is h nu. It can kill the virus. How ultraviolet kills us? You must be aware that in other cosmetics area, people are sending this. We have the UV prevention and all. So how UV kills affects us basically when the UV light falls on our skin. The energy level is so heavy that it ruptures our cell wall of the body cells. So you must have seen some people say that I have got sunburns and all. Sunburn is nothing but it killing, rupturing the cell by ultraviolet radiation of the body. So same way here in this, the ultraviolet light, it ruptures that lipid of the virus or the bacteria, and it kills that. Make it in virus, because kills means if it is live we can say kill, and because virus is not neither living nor non-living, so we call that as making virus inactive. So this ultraviolet light works in that fashion. Then can we have, this is open question for the students to say, can we have self-operating sanitizing mechanisms? So if somebody is entering the car, how to ensure that handle and his hands are sanitized when he enters and sit on the seat, how the other things are getting sanitized. So these are the options. Then one more technology has come, which is called negative ion generator. It is again on the same principle. The alcohol works, the alcohol-based sanitizers. It creates the hydroxyl ions, OH minus, which is also very strong, and it immediately surrounds the virus and make it inactive by reacting. So this OH ions producer is called negative ion generator. It is used in many areas to make the air clean, to make the atmosphere clean, and also to make the food fresh inside a refrigerator. So these are the things. And then coming on to the other areas, that program in vehicle ECU for cell phone or cell phone to confirm sanitization. There should be some kind of can you develop something in the car where person can see that now I am ready to go. All things are sanitized either on through mobile app or in the ECU we can program. A program in vehicle ECU to confirm the distancing or isolation. So basically, when passengers are sitting, are they following the guidelines? They are not too near, or they are all wearing the masks, so that intermediate from person to person transmission is not there. Then there should be a mechanism to inform police or hospital or in emergency services, so that if we need something, suddenly we are connected to this kind of contacts. So these are the area inputs for the students, so that they can think on these kind of technologies and how to use the technologies for automobiles. Now, little bit explanation about this fatty acid and RNA I already given. This is again, this slide contains the same thing what I just spoke, how these things are working. So I think these are the areas, and we at KPIT Sparkle 2021, we humbly request all these students to come forward, because you are the future leaders. The next revolution will come from the students and the faculty. That's what I feel. And students are they are basic pure minded. They don't have any bias and all, and they can work freely because they don't have other kind of tensions like us. So I request, because this is a service to humanity. This is not only a kind of attending competition, making something for winning prize. If your thing works, it will strengthen us, strengthen our India, strengthen the whole world. And if you are able to find the solutions, it will be great. Because now in automobiles, people may avoid going to the shared mobility sectors due to this kind of fear. So people may like to use more their personal vehicles. So there also, the automobile sector will need some kind of solutions for that, so that people can use vehicles safely. So same way in shared mobility, until unless people are having a confidence that I'm going to safe inside, then only they will start using it. So this is very important area in terms of automobiles or the mobility area, to make people use them, or to make people confident that the people are safe inside this. So this is basically my last slide. And I appeal to students and the faculty members, because students are the people who will make and who will come forward for the ideas. But without the blessings of the gurus or the faculty members, it is not possible. So we appeal, if all the students to come forward and apply in this our KPIT Sparkle for the ideas. And we have very good expert panels and all. We will try to, if the idea has got depth and usability, there is no end to it. All the government departments and many startups are ready to take in hands your solution. So I request all to work with focus and join us. And this is my humble request to all faculty members and this Association of Training and Placement Officers to motivate students to participate in this competition and make our India Atmanirbhar. And we should be capable of doing things ourselves, and we should be in such a condition that the world is looking at us for a kind of solution. So this is my humble request. And with that, I just stop my topic discussion, and hope you are not getting bored or you have enjoyed the session. Again, thank you very much, Dr. Ravandale, and complete the Maharashtra Talent and Placement Officers group, and all the students and faculty members who have attended today's session. Thank you very much. Now it's open for any question answer session.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. We have a few list of the questions, those who are already into the queue and eager to ask you, sir. My first question is from my colleague, Dr. R.P. Chopde, sir, HOD Mechanical.
Yes, sir.
From Aurangabad.
Yeah.
May I have Dr. Chopde, sir, please?
Yes, sir. Thank you,
yes,
sir.
Yes, please ask your questions.
Sir, just I want to ask, we have all aware about the COVID consequences.
Yes.
So how to initiate and nurture the effective way to protect our students in college and outside, because the students are not in the mindset like our matured people. So how we can start and how we can protect them, especially inside our classrooms and something like this?
Yes, so it's a good question. Actually, it is not only related to mobility, but the things remain same. Like in first, there are two ways to do it. One thing is ensuring by governance, and second thing by motivation. So now, if we tell people that what is the seriousness of this, if we are not following the protocols, like using face masks, so kind of solution that person when enters to the institute or enters to the class, automatically with some kind of camera machine learning, we are ensuring that he is wearing or she is wearing the face mask. And then the sanitization of hands and the foot. So some mechanism need to be put like you can put the sodium hypochlorite solution based mat where anybody walks inside, its foods are getting sanitized, and some kind of meter which is confirming that okay, all these students have done, they are wearing a mask, they are not having high temperature, and they are sanitizing their hands, and or sodium hypochlorite solution or any other solution. And then what technologies I explained, we can use those technologies to further make the system more stronger. But in this time means this is the minimum. I think all the police stations and government departments are following these kind of things. But to follow by heart is most important. And by governance, it will be like this. If somebody is watching, he will follow, otherwise not. So this may not be the, but these 3-4 things are very important. Face cover, the hand sanitation, and the foot sanitation. Or other ways, it's complete body sanitation can be done with you. People are working on some ultraviolet like mechanism. The person is passed through that and whole body gets sanitized. But they all have different cost and different kind of infrastructure needed, different safety measures. So we can choose, but the simplest one are those what I explained. But government and our authorities are repeatedly requesting us.
Yes, sir. Hope you have get your answer. So, sir, isn't it? Yes. Can we move for our next question, please? Next question is from our student side. One of our students want to ask you a very interesting question.
Yeah.
Akshata Patil. May I have Akshata Patil on screen, please?
Hello, sir.
Akshata ji, please ask your question.
Yeah, sir. My doubt was, according to sir, sanitization can be like a movement in the mobility mobility department, but sanitization can also lead to sparks because of petrol and diesel. So it may lead to fire. So how can we use sanitization?
Okay, very good question here. So the sanitation where it can lead to fire, it's only with the alcoholic based sanitizers. But if you are using the like sodium hypochlorite or calcium like bleaching powder based, or based on the UV lighting, or based on your special surfaces, or based on oxidation, that is safe for vehicles. Only the alcohol based sanitizers are dangerous in mobility. Others are all safe.
Sir, you mean to say that using sanitizers in this vehicle will be okay if it is not alcohol based?
Yeah, you can use the alcohol based also, but you should not keep the alcohol based sanitizer inside the car. Don't leave it inside, because if it is parked inside sun, the inside temperature rises to 60 degrees Celsius. It can basically burn that alcohol, leading to the car accident. So you can use the alcohol based sanitizer for hands and all, but don't leave your sanitizer bottle inside the car. That is
for the purpose of spraying on the place we are going to touch it out. In that case, many people used to use the spray and put their sprays. So in that case, is it okay?
No, if it is alcohol based, it is not okay to leave it in the car. We have to take care, because from the automotive side, my experience has been to HVAC. So when the car is standing inside the sun, let's say around 35 or 40 degrees Celsius ambient, the inside temperature I have seen myself, it rises to 60 to 65 degrees Celsius by parking before testing. So that is dangerous. So other than if we are not using alcoholic based sanitizers and leaving them inside the car, there is no problem. But it is dangerous to leave the alcoholic based sanitizer inside the car.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Hope Akshita ji, you got your answer. Now moving towards our next question. May I have Professor Suraj Karpe sir, please? Suraj Karpe sir. May I have Professor Suraj Karpe sir from Sri Chhatrapati Shahu Maharaj College, Aurangabad? Host, would you please find Suraj Karpe ji? Karpe sir? Okay, till time we will move towards our next question, sir. One question is from Alizar Farhan. Alizar Farhan. May I have Alizar Farhan, please?
Sir, on behalf of him, you can ask the question if he or she is not unmuted.
Okay. Actually, Alizar Farhan had kept his question in this chat box.
Professor Suraj is there. Professor Suraj.
Professor Suraj,
Yep,
sir, may I
Suraj.
have on screen, please?
Sir, please ask your question.
Professor Suraj, please ask your question.
Okay, sir. Please take next question.
Okay. There is one more question from.
Hello.
Hello.
Sir, am I audible, sir?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes,
sir.
you are audible.
Yes,
Sir,
sir.
I am Professor Deepak Pawar. On behalf of Suraj Karpe, I'll ask the question. I have that
Yeah, yeah.
question.
Yeah, please.
Sir, the question is how automotive companies can respond to auto connectivity to emergency services.
Basically, it's again, there are two things. Under this situation, by if some law is made, then they have to do some kind of connectivity inside the vehicle. Otherwise, some kind of special product or the app can be developed, which can be attached to the car, or we can use inside the car for kind of this message and all. So there are two scenarios. Basically, it depends on car manufacturer whether they want to take it as a part of their production, or other way is basically some other vendor is like aftermarket fitment we can also always do inside the car. So I'm not in position to answer this question because on behalf of that, because the new sector connected vehicles is also coming, which is all vehicles are interconnected to each other, or they are working on that. But if it becomes a requirement and it is really helpful, so people will manufacturer will try to do it. But on their behalf, I don't want to speak because I don't know. But this is one of the way we can always safeguard ourselves. Like we use many other things which are not part of the actual equipment by using from the market or by purchasing and fitting into the car. So both ways are possible.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Hope you got your answer. Now, my next question is from our student side. A beautiful question, a basic question is there. I will ask on behalf of him. Sir, how to sanitize mobile? Mr. Ajinkya from the crowd is want to ask this.
Yeah, it's a very, very good question, because nowadays mobile is our one of the part of body itself, because everybody carries either in pocket or in hand and all. So currently the sanitation of mobile can be done with some kind of this alcohol-based sanitizer, because if we use the water-based solution, it may damage it. So either with this sodium hypochlorite is also not very good for the skin, and it's dangerous to keep it. So the alcohol-based sanitizer, little bit, 1 drop or 2 drop, we can use and wipe the mobile with a cloth or the some paper.
Okay.
Rohan sir, please
Yes,
take
sir.
question of Ali sir.
Ali sir?
Hello.
Ali sir ji?
Good morning, sir. Hello.
Yeah,
Sir,
good morning.
Yes,
am
please
I
ask your
audible?
question.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, sir. Actually, my question is: people are using public transport, specifically auto walas. Like, if they are not aware of the mechanism, if they want to use this mechanism, it's also requires some financial requirements. So, how
Yeah.
they able to sanitize their autos or this public transports?
Okay, so what I can understand is you are asking the question when somebody already has the vehicle and he wants to put a solution into that. Am I
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Yeah.
So
So mostly public transports or
yeah,
autos.
yeah, because again it's a commercial related question, but my answer would be that I think government is going to support and give some kind of subsidies and all for this solution. They may do it, and then anyway they have to purchase, because now if we are, let's say we are using sanitizers in our home, we are using masks, so we are paying for that. Only thing from the government side, I don't think they may it can become free. It may become free also, but it may be subsidized. But they have to purchase and produce, and that is a very important pointer for our this competition. Then how to make this kind of solutions which are easily available to the most wanted people, like our auto wallahs or the bus. So that is also one of the important attribute from the business point of view, that if we can make a solution, we can provide an innovative solution, but it should be business viable. So how to make very cheap or very low cost solution for taking care of this kind of thing.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes, thank you very much. Now, may I have one more question, please? My next question is from just a minute.
Sir, there is a question from Suhas Gadre, sir.
Suhasji, Suhasji, can we have you on screen, please?
Yes, please. Yeah. So somebody has asked question about the petrol and diesel vehicles. So
Yes,
related to that, my question is for electric vehicles, because now electric vehicles are coming in a big way.
Yeah.
So how safe are sanitizers in electric vehicles?
Yeah. It means, again, it almost remains same as with the IC engine vehicles. The sanitizing mechanism can be same. Only what I could understand, again, some kind of short circuit or some kind of spark, your mind is toward that, so it can create some kind of problem. Again, the alcohol-based sanitizers, again, I will speak that they are not susceptible in any condition to leave inside the bus or the car, even the electric vehicle or IC engine, because the heat created by either inside, like some spark comes, or from the outside ambient, it is going to create problem for the bus. But other sanitizers are like in this special case, this sodium hypochlorite and all may also be dangerous, because if the contact of electrical wires come in contact, it may short.
Yes.
So again, for that purpose, we need to have some special surfaces, like in buses. If we are sitting and we are holding the next seat like this, so their surface touching to our hand, it should be sanitizing material, which is not coming in any liquid form or electrolytic form, which can create a short circuit. Or the handles which are there on the top of the bus where people stand by handle, they should be also made. So this special material or the special material coating using some kind of technology is the most important thing and viable thing which can last for long. And it will not have any kind of meshes like surfaces are wet or some kind of smell is coming. So those are the solutions from the list what I presented. There may be more to it that you can select. But alcohol-based inside vehicle, I will not recommend, because even if we take utmost care, we may leave it the bottle inside. And I think 2 or 3 accidents have happened by now.
Any effect on the battery side?
No. Battery means until unless you are using the power. Batteries are actually totally isolated. They are covered with the cover, so there is no effect. Until unless we are drawing power to operate the equipment, and that will be, even if we draw power, it will not be more than 10 watts or 5 watts or 20. So it is not a big surge from the battery.
Okay.
Okay. Now there is a small request. I would say, rather than question, it is a small request for my one of our colleague, Mr. Sanjay Kulkarni. Mr. Sanjay Kulkarni want to ask a few requests. Sir, can you please elaborate a bit on use of ultraviolet lights effectively?
Okay, great. So it's a good question. So I think if you are from engineering side or physics side, so it's very easy. We know that this light or this radiations coming from anywhere, or let's say from the optics side, they are containing the electromagnetic resonance, basically electric field and magnetic field on 90 degree, they are resonating. That's why they are called waves. So they are called electromagnetic waves. So these electromagnetic waves are having different bands, like bands in the, when I say they have different frequencies. If you remember, we start with a very, very low wavelength or in a very high frequency, that which comes with the cosmic rays, means coming from the other planets and other stars to the Earth. So those are having the highest energy level and lowest wavelength. But they are coming and we are not able to use, that is separate issue. Now we come to the gamma rays. Gamma rays, you all know, that's from when the radioactive elements, they disintegrate, they come into alpha, beta and gamma particles. So gamma rays are nothing but the fast moving neutrons. So these gamma rays are having very low wavelength, around 1 or 2 this nanometer. So they are highly energy centric, and you know that gamma rays are used to treat the cancer by burning the infected cells in a focused manner. Then in gamma rays we come to X-rays. X-rays, you know, they are also having very high energy and low wavelength. X-rays are used to take our body X-rays, and they are used at the for identifying something is not kept inside a bag at the airports and all. So now in this line, when we come to X-rays to this light band, and you know that our light, what visible light, which is available in from the wavelength of 7,500 angstrom to 4,000 angstrom. So angstrom is nothing but 10 raised to power 10 minus 10. So this band is light is very small. Before this, there is a band called ultraviolet range, which is having a wavelength of around 400 nanometer. So you know that your wavelength and frequency, if you multiply, they become constant, which is called speed of light, 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. So when the more frequency is there or less wavelength is there, the energy of the photons, like in duality of the particle, if you have studied in the quantum mechanics, light is behaving in both the manners. It is behaving in a particle form. It is behaving in a wave form also. Like Young's the double slit experiment, but when we do, the single photon can give the interference by one. If you must have studied in the physics, as well as interference is a property of your wave property. So when single particle is giving the wave property, how is it possible? And in your photoelectric effect, you see the electrons are energized only until some limited frequency photon is focused onto that surface. So basically, this energy packet, the photons are having the energy which is in proportion to the h nu. H is the Planck's constant and nu is the frequency. So energy is proportional to the frequency, and when more energy is there, we can use it to kill the these kind of cells. Like I have given the example of sunburns. So sunburns are nothing but the ultraviolet radiation from the sun. When it hits our skin, it ruptures the cell wall of our cells, and we will see that some kind of rashes on our skin and all. So due to that high frequency, but other light, which is not UV light, which is normal light, it is not going to rupture because those photons are not having that energy which can kill, which can rupture the cell wall. Same way, the energy required to rupture the cell walls of virus or bacteria, it is there in the ultraviolet light, which is available easily. Because X-rays, and if we use other gamma rays, they are very, very dangerous and costly. We cannot use. But ultraviolet light we can use to take care of the, even if you must have seen our water filters are also having the ultraviolet radiation fixed. So they kill the germs by UV also, as well as some other treatment also. I think is the same question. This question answers your explanation answers your question.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Hope you have received your answer to your question. Now, my next question is from my side.
Yes,
sir. There is a small question. Always it was into the volume for during few days ago. Sir, many people has made their sanitization booth.
Yeah.
Which were provided to all police or all the corona fighters those who are working.
Yeah.
So suddenly government had banned it and stopped it.
Okay.
And saying that that whatever the sanitizer properties are there are affecting on the human body, and that is not so that much good for the health.
Correct.
It is hazardous. So in that case, whatever the investment have been made on that sanitizer booth, okay, that will almost vanish. Nobody is now using the sanitizer booth. So do you have any options to replace that particular problems?
Yeah. So can you name that which sanitizer is there which was built? What method?
I am not aware exactly about the chemical composition, but I heard about that many the regular sanitizer were using. Okay. And it was spreading all the way on body, and suddenly
understood. Now understood. So this is a very good question. So probably the sanitizer which is used to sanitize the roads, the walls, and the vehicles and all, you cannot use on the human body because that is particularly sodium hypochlorite solution, which when works, it works on the principle of nascent oxygen. So the nascent oxygen is like a bleaching. The way we bleach the powder. The way we are bleaching our clothes and all. So that is oxygen is not good for the human skin or human parts. It can negatively affect. For human beings to use sanitization method is already given. Use the soap or the alcoholic based sanitizer, which are not harmful to the human body. So that is the day. But those other sanitizer, what you're telling, they can be used for sanitizing the surfaces like road and which are not living beings, not human beings. So I can understand one of the video you are referring where they were sanitizing the human beings by spraying that water solution on them. That is not good because this nascent toxin is very dangerous.
Yes, sir. Just having somewhat upgradation in my question, sir. There were the few engineers who made that sanitizer booth, and the spray it was automatic sensed time for 5 seconds. It will rush it out, and they will move on. So right now, do you find any solution for their alcohol, whatever the content to be used?
Basically, I am not aware which chemical they are using or not, but
Sir, definitely in future, if they ask me, I will connect with you. Then that will be
because there are 2-3 methods are there. The oxidizing things are not good for human body, the solutions, but this hydroxyl ion like the alcohol-based sanitizers, they are suitable because they are validated by doctors and all. It is not like the finding the solution. The solution need to be validated by the medical experts also. That is very, very important. Because when we provide something, we think from our side, try to do our best. But the evaluation mechanism is separate. It contains government or the ICMR, the Indian Medical Association and all. They also say go ahead for that because it should not become a second problem by using this.
okay. Thank you, sir. My next question is from our colleague Vishwambar Joshi, sir.
Yes, sir.
Vishwambar Joshi, sir's question I will ask on behalf of him. The question is, can we use electrostatic spraying for cleaning? I think this use will make a good contribution for COVID fighters.
Electrostatic?
Electrostatic spraying.
No, I could not understand what is electrostatic spray because electrostatic fields means it's an electric field in which if it is made, then it attracts all the suspended impurities. So it is not electrostatic spray. I don't understand. It's an electrostatic field we create. So it will always absorb all the particles which are suspended into the atmosphere. So that is, I am aware, but electrostatic spray, I am not much aware what is this. Like negative ion generator is also working on the same principle. And your electrostatic precipitator, which is used in the chimneys, it works on the same principle. It is a metal base or some kind of mesh which is kept and which is charged opposite way. So it absorbs all the particles in terms of suspended impurities, virus, bacteria, and kills them.
Okay. Rohan sir, we will take one last question only. And the question is from Aniket Arya. Sir, I'll ask the question on behalf of Aniket.
Yes.
Can we see some advancement in the touchless technology as in case of ATMs or in case of lifts as we need to touch the buttons?
Yeah. So it's a very good question, and actually I can consider it as a problem statement for the competition. It can be thrown to the student that please develop something because total touchless is not possible. Like while eating and all, you have to touch. But other than on this sanitizers or the lift buttons or the home locks or your mobile opening or your ATM, we can use now. If you see, the credit cards have been made like that. If you are purchasing below 2000, I think you don't need to swipe the card. It can only, the machine can sense wirelessly and work. The electrostatic field is, I think he is asking some question, December, but we can, it's basically works on the principle of electrostatic attraction. So how to create electric field is a very different ideas, methods are there. So I think that this answer is satisfied. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes,
so
sir. Yes,
this is
sir.
basically
Yes, sir.
problem statement, and lot of things are available nowadays. Wireless, all the wireless transmission, or in other words, using the electromagnetic radiation, you can create the solutions.
Exactly. Thank you very much, sir, for this wonderful session and answering all the questions. May I request Professor Viraj Barge, sir, to please come forward for a vote of thanks. Viraj, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hello, everyone. Professor Viraj Barge here from Zeal College of Engineering and Research and Treasurer of METP Association. It's my pleasure to give a vote of thanks for today's event. On behalf of MATPO, I would like to say thanks to Mr. Sant Ranjan from KPIT Technologies Limited for sparing your valuable time for all of us and delivering such an excellent session, which is very fruitful for all the participants, those who have attended today's webinar. Also, I would like to say thanks to our beloved President of Maharashtra Association of TPOs, Dr. Shital Kumar Raundale, sir, for making this platform available to organize this webinar. Thanks to all the students, TPOs, principals, and industry personnel for attending this webinar in such a great number. Thanks to our today's moderators, Professor Rohan Puri sir and Dr. Deepak Pawar sir, all organizing committee members, governing council members, university representatives, and entire MATP family for sharing these event details with all the stakeholders. And special thanks to our technical team, Professor Amer Gorwadkar sir, for supporting this webinar without any single technical glitch. Thanks once again and have a happy weekend. Thank you.
Thank you very much, friends. I would like to request everybody, please on your camera so that we will have a quick digital selfie for us.
Okay.
Yes.
Sir, we have a tradition to make everybody a quick digital selfie with us. So please,
Amir sir, please go ahead with digital selfie.
Yes, we are
Jai
ready.
Ma
Sir.
TPO. Yeah.
Yeah, please say Jai Ma TPO.
Jai Ma TPO. We are ready.
Yes, thank you.
And lastly, I would like to request all the students to take the advantage of India's biggest this challenge of KPIT Sparkle. Register yourself, and you will have a great opportunity to interact with industry tycoons, and you can get the opportunity to get placed in KPIT also. So please stay tuned with KPIT Sparkle.
And not only this, actually it's a job opportunity.
Yes.
Students should take this advantage. Dear friends, I would suggest this is not only working for that project and presenting it or going to the finals. Many students, hundreds of students or sometimes thousands, they get the job opportunity in KPIT. Otherwise, getting into KPIT is not so easy. Hardly 15-16 colleges are there across the country wherein KPIT goes for regular recruitment drive. But this is another opportunity, dear friends. So I suggest you, and see, engineering means problem solving. So you have to think about the problems. Even it will help you for other companies' interviews also. If you tell the company, I have participated in KPIT Sparkle and worked on so and so project, you will definitely get the advantage, dear students. So thank you, Sant Ranjan sir, for giving us your precious time. Thank you.
Yeah, before closing these all things, I would like to request all the participants, please check into the chat box. We have kept e-certificate link there, and hope everybody going to submit their feedback and will receive the participation certificate.
And in the
so please check once again.
Yes, sir. Sir.
And in the end, just one liner, I just want to thank the Maharashtra Talent and Placement Officers Association, especially Dr. Ravandale, whom I have worked with a lot, Dr. Pawar, Dr. Gajre, Dr. Rohan, and Dr. Vishnu Shah, as well as Dr. Sonawade. So it was a pleasure interacting with you all, and it's my opportunity to have blessings of all your professors and teachers, because I myself consider as a student itself today, as on today. And students are our future leaders. I want to request all students, come forward, register and give your idea. Who knows, you can solve the most important problem of the country and the world. It is not like that. The things are abundant now. The problems or the crisis come for some solution. When God wants that somebody should do something, there is a crisis comes with a opportunity. So that's end. Once more, thank you very much. And thanks our KPIT Sparkle team for association and organizing.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thanks
Thank you,
to you.
sir.
And Anand Sarvaji, thank you. Thanks to you also. You have taken lots of pain for this particular.
Yes.
Thanks to the MATPO Association and the platform for giving us an opportunity to guide the students, professors, and each and everyone who can contribute for this COVID-19 problem statement that Sant sir have delivered today. So thank you very much once again from our side.
Sir, last, closing, before closing, I just wanted to request Sant sir, our students have one unique idea with us on electrical vehicle charging system. Definitely, we will get you back later on, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
I'll request the host.
I request host to please close the session.